What is up, LEGO fans? This is Tom from True North Bricks, and I have a slightly different sort of LEGO-related episode for you today. So normally we cover a lot of reviews. I do my Minifigure Monday posts. There's pre-release stuff that we show here on the YouTube channel at True North Bricks. But today we're going to take a slight detour, and we're going to look at something a little bit different, though still LEGO-related. So I have been sent a pre-release demo of the upcoming video game LEGO Bricktales. So this is a game that is due out later this year in 2022. And it's a fun concept because it's not like a licensed game, right? So it's not like Star Wars or Indiana Jones or Jurassic World or any of those LEGO games that are produced by TT Games. So this one is basically a LEGO brand game, if for lack of a better descriptor. So you're playing as a random minifigure, and you're going through these different worlds, and you have to build your way through interesting little challenges that get harder as the game progresses. So the demo that I've got is only the first 2 levels, so it's not the entire game, but it still gives a pretty good idea of what the game is actually all about. So I've already played through the first level, but we're going to take a look at some of the gameplay now for the second level, which is probably the more visually stunning level of the 2 that I've played, though both of them look really good. So again, we're going to go through this. I'm going to show you some of the gameplay. We're going to look at the second level in particular. If you want some images of the first level, you can head over to truenorthbricks.com and you can read our written review there. There's some more pictures, some stills, and screen captures from the game. But without further ado, we're going to jump right into looking at the second level of LEGO Bricktales. Alright, so this is kind of the introductory scene that you would see when you first start playing LEGO Bricktales. You're brought into this, it's kind of this amusement park. And it's a pretty simple game to play. You need to just click anywhere on the screen, and your character will follow wherever you click, essentially. So, I mean, you can't really see much, but there's a little bit of roller coaster track there. You can't go up these stairs because there's plants in the way, but anyway, so this is like a derelict amusement park, right? So you've got a Ferris wheel over here that's kind of falling apart. It's overgrown. And I guess one of the goals of the game is that you have to fix up this amusement park so that it doesn't get torn down by the mayor of the town that this game takes place in. So you're supposed to collect these happiness crystals, and those are supposed to somehow power this washing machine that you see in the corner, and that is supposed to fix the whole park eventually. In the center of the park, you have this teleportation device. So in the first level, you go inside, and it takes you underground to this workshop that's run by the grandfather character that you see on the screen there. And you help him fix up his workshop, get it functional, at which point this little interdimensional robot appears. The robot was originally made by the grandfather character, but apparently disappeared multiple years before, and has just reappeared after traveling through space-time or something of the sort. And he has helped make this portal functional, and this portal transports you around the world to different locations where you can find these happiness crystals. So the first, or the second level rather, I guess, is the jungle. So you head out to the jungle, and I guess we'll find out what happens there. So if we click use portal, that didn't work. There we go. So one thing that I did notice about this game, I'm not a gamer, so this is probably going to sound like really gamer novice material to a lot of people out there. But again, I'm not a gamer, especially a PC gamer. I have a PS4 that I don't use very much. So playing on the PC is not something that I have done since I was a teenager. But what I found is that you cannot play this game without having a mouse. There's that little wheel in the center of the mouse. You need to have that to actually play this game. Otherwise, you'll enter certain tutorials and you'll enter certain levels and you won't be able to do anything. Like you'll have to, Control Alt Delete your way out of the game in order to continue doing anything with your computer. So here we are. We're in a jungle. If we hit the escape key here for a second, once this conversation is done, it kind of shows you the whole level on this launch screen. So this launch screen, when you load the game, will always show you what level you're on. If you're only starting, it shows kind of all the levels that are going to be in the game. But this is where we are now. So this is the jungle. So we're going to hit continue here and we're going to move forward. It tells us in the top corner to explore the jungle. Here, oh, there we go. Before I can actually hit that tool, we've had something crash. Oh no, did you see that? That small plane crash landed somewhere in the mountains right before us. I could see parachutes opening. I hope everyone's okay. So this is Trusty Rusty, the robot, speaking. We have to go help those people right away. So I guess that's our mission for this level. We're no longer exploring the jungle. We are investigating the plane crash. Now, if we look over here, there's nothing that we can do. So if we try to go down these stairs, we can't get past these plants at the moment. Oh, there's a parrot. Oh, looking down there, there's a rubber duck. That's kind of cute. How they're throwing in a few other, Lego references into this game. So whenever you see one of these here, this means that you're going to be building something. So if we go there, we hit our space bar, it takes us to a separate screen where we have to build something. So here, I guess we're building stairs because we got to go up from one level to another. So the first challenge that you do in the first level of the game in the workshop is pretty simple. It's just moving, bricks into a staircase that's already built. And the challenges have gotten a little bit harder each time I've seen one. So here we have another challenge that's building stairs. But again, there's no frame here this time. So you got to build it entirely on your own. So if we, let's say, put these here, we can zoom in a bit to see what it looks like. You can turn around the pieces. Maybe we'll do it like this, see what happens. All right, so it tells you how many of these things you get. And clicking on them when that little arrow is highlighted allows you to turn them around. Oh, and here we've got a bit of an issue. So as you can see, if I move around here a bit, my stairs don't match. So I'm going to have to change something here. What I find a little bit annoying about this build screen is that there's no reset button. So like right now, I would just like to reset this challenge and start again, but there's no way to actually do that. So I have to undo if I want to put these pieces back. And I found in a previous challenge that there's only a certain number of undos you can do. So if you've done too many steps in your game, you can't actually reset it right to the beginning by hitting undo even. You'll still have some pieces out. It's not a huge flaw, but all the same, it is a little bit annoying. So here I'm going to try to maybe turn my steps around a little bit so that I can get more of them in. And we'll see if this works any better than just trying to go in a straight line. So right now we've got something like this. Let's turn that around and I can put it maybe here. And then we've got one of these. So there's my staircase. we can hit the simulate button and this little robot appears and it shows us whether or not our construction works. So in this case it did, so the finish sign appears here. So I can go back and my staircase is there. I've got another build here. So now I have to build a bridge. And nothing is allowed to break. So you can see how many pieces you get to build this bridge there. So you gotta try to build this with the limited parts that we've got here. So let's see what we can do. Of course, I'm just kind of shooting in the dark here. I'm not sure if if what I'm going to do here is actually going to work. I suppose we will find out soon enough. Let's put some supports in here. So I want this to be under here, move that up. I can move it in a little bit so I can put this one there. And then we'll put another one of these here. Move that up by hitting the up button. And then we can put maybe this one there. Put another support under that. Move that down. So these up and down buttons in the corner allow you to place a brick anywhere and then just kind of shift it in terms of the level. So that what you end up with is, you know, a brick placed where you need it to be placed. And again, this is not supposed to fall apart, so we need to be building something somewhat sturdy here. It's not going to be very wide, so I've only got one of these left. Yeah, maybe I'll just leave that one out. We'll make this a narrow bridge. See if it accepts that. Because I don't want to spend too much time making a perfect bridge here. It's not really necessary for the purposes of a demonstration. But this is kind of fun. Like it's like building with Lego, except you're not getting the hands-on manipulation of it, so you do lose that aspect, I suppose. But I mean, you're still problem solving with Lego bricks. And it's amusing. I mean, you got to think a bit, and there we go. He's moving across my little bridge, and it didn't collapse. So that's a challenge solved. So we're going to walk across the bridge here. And we've got really nowhere else to go on this platform except down. He doesn't seem to want to go where I want him to go. There we go. So one of the things that I would have liked to see maybe a little bit more in this game is a customizable character. Again, this is the demo, so I don't know if ultimately you will get a customizable character in this, but that would be really cool because, you know, like this guy, like sure, he's okay, but I would rather be playing with my sig fig, for example. If I could do that, I would love to be able to design my own minifigure. And use that in this game, right? Because, I mean, we all have our own sig figs after all, so that's way more fun to play with. That's one of the things that I loved about LEGO Rock Band years and years and years ago was how customizable everything was in that game, even your rock den. I loved it. That was one of my favorite games of all time. So here we have an excitable archaeologist. So she's just asked for help, and then she says, wait, that statue over there appears to date back to the late Paleolithic era. Clever. I need to add this to my research notes. Now, what was I saying? Ah, yes, that was it. Help, I'm trapped. So we need to get her down quicker than 2 charging cycles of an electric sheep. That water is nice looking. I love how everything in this is brick built. Like, you could actually build this. This would be really fun if, you know, to whip out your Lego bricks and try to actually build this whole level. So we had this scene before. If we zoom out here now, we're on a second screen or a second square block of this level. So, I mean, if you look down here, there's this blue thing that's kind of flashing. So that was where we came from. So the other plate, I guess, attaches on to this one if you had it built. So you could build these this really neat little world, and that would be really fun to do actually. So we can't go that way, it looks blocked off. So we're gonna go up and we're gonna see this archaeologist. So he's a little bit finicky in terms of where he can step. And what does it say here? It seems that the platform is too unstable to carry more weight. We should build something underneath to support it. All right, so I guess we're going back down. And we are going to build something to support the platform. So what have we got here? So it shows us our platform. We have 1 brick on the bottom that we can kind of attach things to. And then we got to start building up. So let's see. What are we going to build here? We have 2 attachments up there, just the 1 brick on the bottom. Maybe let's try one of these. Perhaps actually we don't need that one. We could do this. We could take one of these and then take one of these. Maybe turn it around and start trying to build up. So where do we go from here? It's a little disorienting to try to place these bricks, I guess. See, they end up not quite where you expect them to. There we go. So we need to have 2 supports, 1 on either side. So we're gonna have to try something like this. I don't know if this is actually going to work. Maybe we'll do this the opposite way actually from what I've done here. Put this on this side and this over here. Take one of these. This is a little bit annoying. That's what I tried to place before that didn't go where I thought it would. Now, I have no idea how stable this is going to be. But we will find out. Let's zoom out here a bit and get this centered again. Okay. Don't give you too many pieces here. I would have preferred a few more of some of these other things. but I guess, you know, you got to make do with what you got in this case. Let's see if we can get this. So there is one side supported. So now we've got to do the other. And of course that didn't go where I wanted it to. There we go. Got two of these. Let's put them here. And now we've got our supporting structure. I'm going to shove another brick into there just to see. Maybe not this one. Let's take one of these. And put that in there. It's not letting me do exactly what I want. There we go. Okay, simulate. Let's test how this works. It seems to work. They put 2 weights on top. It works. There we go. Finished. So yeah, like I was saying, this level looks really good. I wouldn't mind actually trying to build this. It's very inspiring from a mock perspective. It would be cool to get sets based off of this game, but I guess the game would have to get really popular in order for that to happen. So she's already been here. She's only been here 5 minutes and she's already seen so much. Thanks for helping her out. I'm a local archaeologist exploring the area. Before you showed up, I was actually starting to believe in the curse of the mountain spirit. My sensors detect no other life forms nearby. There was others. There was a pilot and a journalist. I wouldn't worry about the pilot. I think she can take care of herself. The journalist, though, I mean, I don't want to point the finger. I'm pretty sure his panicked shaking is what tore the wings off the plane. So now we have a new mission to find these other members as fast as we can. Pilot was screaming something about landing on top of the mountain. They're giving us a whip. So now we can swing to higher places. All right, well, I mean, there you have it. That's basically how the game functions. It's pretty straightforward, easy to learn, easy to play, and again, it's kind of amusing to play. Those little challenges become harder as you progress through the game. The first one was super easy. That one, a little bit more time consuming, but there you have it, right? So this is LEGO Bricktales. I don't know the actual release date for this game yet. It hasn't been given to me, but it's supposed to come out at some point this year. And it looks like it's going to be a fun one. So I know it's going to be out on PC. I don't know exactly what else it's going to be out on. We did write an article on this game announcement a couple of months ago. I think it was in March that I first heard about this game, and I only recently got the demo. So again, I'll put a link to that article down in the description for this video. I will also put a link to my review of this little demo of the game, so you can go read that at truenorthbricks.com if you want to. Otherwise, again, this was LEGO Bricktales, so hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe to make sure that I know you like it and I continue making future content. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you next time.